and this is unsurprising given Mikla's great empathy for the outcast
Oh
and
my
forgotten, as well as his implied sympathy
Alright.
for his half-brother.
I'm gonna
as
farm
suggested by the
a
gold
little bit of
epitaph.
stuff.
And I now want to
before-
make an
I'm kinda
editorial
getting
note here.
booed.
I had far more planned in this chapter.
So let's go
for
here.
Soulless demigods, for necromancy, but as with my last video,
Wait,
video's already
there's
playing
a
far too long,
mine
so I have
that I
decided
can
to
get
cut
smithing
certain
stones
elements
from,
of the
I
story.
think.
However, don't worry.
Actually,
am
I
already
have
planning the next
some
video that will pick
already.
up these pieces. I'm going to do a combined video on death, including the death birds, necromancy, the soulless demigods, and perhaps roses. So, something to look forward to. More time talking
Okay, let's
about
see if
death.
I can do this.
With that said, I want to turn to an
I
important
need
figure who
200
champions
runes.
Godwin's
Do I have
cause
that? No, I don't.
in an
Okay.
attempt to stand up for those without a voice. I am of course referring to Thea and the conclusion of Godwin's story. Thea is a fascinating character whose story is presented to us right at the beginning of the game, during the introductory cinematic, where we quickly learn that Thea is a deathbed companion and also a tarnished. When trying to understand what a deathbed companion is, a good place to start is probably from Thea herself, who says the following.
I was known as a deathbed companion. After I received the warmth and lively vigor from a number of champions, I lay the remains of an exalted monk to grant him another chance at life.
So Thea pretty much gives us the bare bones of what her position entails. They absorb the vitality of champions they embrace, such as us, and they use that stored vigour to breathe new life into those who have already passed. In this dialogue, Thea also seems to describe exactly what is depicted on her introductory slide art. She was lying with a noble to bear him into new life. I find the term bear him into new life interesting. It has connotations of childbirth, and as you'll see later in this video and in her quest, she does seem to birth new life from the absorbed vitality of other champions. It isn't just a transference of energy, it is almost a recycling or reincarnation of the original vitality taken from the embraced champion. There is actually a lot of surrounding lore that can help explain the deathbed companion. For example, we get an allegorical description of their origins and profession by the perfumer Tricia Ashes, which read the following. Tricia was once known as a healer who dedicated her efforts to treating misbegotten, omen, and all those seen as impure. When her efforts failed, she was a companion as they died, watching over them to ensure that they could pass on peacefully, free of pain. A tale akin to the origins of the deathbed companions. So by using Tricia's story as a comparison, the description seems to suggest that the deathbed companions were once that, an order of people who would be deathbed companions to people.
I like this
on
build
their
a lot. Like, I
to
think it's
watch
so
over
sick.
and help them pass peacefully. However, in time it clearly evolved to where it was more about restoring people from their deathbed. And I do find it interesting to consider the origins of the deathbed companions, mainly because the only one we meet is out of their context. But we can glean a little of that context. Firstly, let us look at the Baldachin blessing. It seems to show a temple covered in curtains or canopy-like fixtures, and the description of this item.
I want to stream, but it's so